If you were holding out and expecting something positive from Biden, I got some bad news for you. So Jennifer Epstein says, Biden says that 7 Senate Republicans, mostly senior, have called him tonight. He spoke to one of the most senior members who expressed a willingness to work on China and infrastructure. It's going to take 6 to 8 months, but the GOP will work with him. Quote, you're going to be surprised. And so Ryan Grimm responds and says, Republicans tell Biden to hang tight for 6 to 8 months, and then they'll work with him. Biden thinks that's so good he tells the press. 6 to 8 months takes you to the summer recess. When they return, the focus turns to midterms and the legislative window is closed. Good Lord have mercy. And Ryan Grimm goes on to say, accurately, Biden's been in office since like 1874, and he's still a mark. He's still a mark. I mean, it's almost like I part feel bad for him along with the part anger I feel over this. Because how can you be that naive? And this is Obama syndrome. Obama did the exact same thing. It didn't matter how much the Republican politicians were like, I think you're a Kenyan Marxist. You weren't born in this country. You're un-American. We hate you. And he'd be like, now look, I want to be reasonable here, and maybe I'll meet you halfway. And they were breaking every obstruction record in the book, and he was still like reaching out. Partly for ideological reasons, but also partly because maybe it's all ideological. I really don't know. I can't tell you exactly why they like this kind of shame and embarrassment. But it is that. It is shameful, and it is embarrassing. And Biden's cut from the same cloth. He's doing the same thing. He literally believes them. You think Republican senators are going to work with you? If they ever do work with you, it will only be on their terms 100%. It'll be cutting Social Security and Medicare and pretending it's a good thing. And Biden might do that to get some sort of bipartisan win. But outside of that, Joe, they're just going to call you a socialist from now until the end of time. They're going to say that AOC is pulling your puppet strings or something, which is nonsense, of course. But they're going to smear you relentlessly, dog. Yeah, I think he's really silly enough to be like, I think they like me. I think they want to work with me. Oh. So between waving the white flag on executive orders, and he did exactly that, right? He was like, no, I'm not going to do too many executive orders. I'm only going to do the things that are clearly constitutional. Anything that's even borderline, he's not going to do. So waves the white flag on executive orders, and now he's like excited about working with Republicans when they're not going to work with him. And if they ever work with him, it's going to be just do what I want. It's going to be painful, man. Like I said, the first day or the first week will be the best with the immediate executive orders that turn around some basic things. But outside of that, oh, we're in for some pain. We're in for some hurt. Because he's still somehow, after being in Washington forever, on top of being super corrupt, he's also just incredibly naive and silly.